Good morning. If you guys have been following along on our home build, we've been working on building our off-grid house up here in the woods, and we have the upstairs all rough wired, sheetrocked, mudded, primed. We have a little bit of touch-up work we need to do. Now we've been downstairs working on laying out our kitchen. We started doing a lot of the rough-in electrical work yesterday, but we did not finish yet. And they're calling for a big snowstorm tonight and tomorrow. So today, before the snowstorm, I'd like to get this window put in. We got this one delivered the other day, and I won't be able to install that tomorrow in the snowstorm, but I'll be able to work inside. Look at that. All right, so we have 32 by 36. 36. Before we get the plywood cut out, I want to get a few things prepped because it is still 30 degrees out this morning, so it's a little chilly. So if we can have everything lined up, ready to go. So once we cut the hole in the wall, we can just slap the window in.
I think 44.
Yeah, just close. I don't know why it feels so exciting to get this window installed, but it does. In the areas of the road that are really muddy and rutted up, we're gonna get some gravel spread. We're trying to get it done before the big storm comes in because trying to plow those ruts would not be fun. And we're starting to get pretty muddy in this stretch right here. So we need to get it filled in with some gravel so we can still be getting up here with the vehicles and plowing. The problem we're running into right now is the gravel is still frozen. We got some good frozen chunks like that. I'm gonna put those in the center of the road and then they'll get smashed down. But the other issue is they don't have a lot of this gravel at the gravel pit right now. They're having to dig it out and it's all frozen, and they're not making any more for about 3 more weeks, they said, because the ground's still frozen. And they need the temperatures to be above 40 all the time so the belt on their equipment don't freeze up. So we're just gonna patch this area up and then we'll fix up the rest of the road once it starts warming up a bit.
So we're finally getting this window in. This was my boo-boo. I had ordered. Originally we had thought we wanted an awning window on this side. Decided we wanted the same windows as the rest. So I had to do another order for this window. So it came in a couple weeks ago, and we're just finally having good weather in time to get it in. I think you'd rather be way up high in the air.
Right. More fun.
I'm good.
I think we're ready for the window now. I like it. there, that part's done. I really enjoy flashing with the zip tape. And I have fun doing the whole install of the windows. Luckily, we still have 6 more to install when they show up.
Every time you put another window in, I get so excited. It looks so good. It's another change. The light comes in. It makes me feel alive. And I can't wait to do the sunroom because that is going to be amazing.
Spreading the last load of gravel for the day. That should make it so we can get in and out. Alright, so we got a layout for our lights in this part of the downstairs. And I am thinking we're going to go 3, 6, 9. And then I'm going to put one at 12 foot in this bay. And then everything else will just have 3 sets of lights. And I think that should be good. But just this like hall area, whatever you want to call it, we'll be missing a light if I don't put one further out.
I don't think that's why they made that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it says right on it, do not do this.
This is not a go-kart or a skateboard. Do not roll around like this. It's not recommended.
We're going to be using some 6-inch, what do you want to call these? 6-inch LED slim lights in this area. And right now I need the transformers. Another roll of wire. I think after this, we still have wires to run, but there should be the big blunt of how much wire we need. So nice having the chalk line snapped to go off. All right, that'll do the living room lights. I'm gonna wait till Gina is here to put the wires in the boxes so I can find out from her which switch she wants where. We need to run an exterior light for the outside. There's a couple more little lights we need to do downstairs, but that is the blunt of it. So let's go. Living room. Lighting is always one of those things. I'm always afraid to go too much because you don't want to have it too bright. But then again, you don't want to have not enough lighting because if you don't have enough lighting, it's going to be dingy and dark in here. We don't want that. So I think we kind of went with a good in between. We'll find out once we get all the lights up. It's going to be interesting to see how the gravel is that they put down today. I wonder how rough the road is. First I gotta back up into the right spot. Definitely better than the mud. It'll be a lot nicer once it gets packed, but we can get through without getting the vehicles buried. Well, it's snowing out this morning. It started out as rain. It's just starting to switch over to snow right now. So that means we need to get the plow on. They're calling for anywhere between 8 and 14 inches of snow. I'm hoping for the 8-inch or less mark. But we're gonna find out. It's gonna be heavy, wet stuff because it is 37 degrees out right now. And I think the warmest it's supposed to get while it is snowing is 34. And then it's supposed to drop after that. So it's going to be interesting. We have little feet that go on the plow. I have 3 of them. One goes there, the middle, and on that end. And I take them off after our first snowstorm, or once the gravel road is froze up, because when they're off it lets you get right down to the gravel. But if the road or the driveway is muddy, you're gonna dig in and dig up all this, and it makes a huge muddy mess. So I want to put those feet back on so that way we're not digging up the fresh gravel we just put down or the mud. So these are the feet we're going to be putting in, and just making sure that the pad sticks down below the blade. Maybe go a little bit higher. 2 more shims. All right, we got them all on. They're definitely sitting down low. Not as low as it looks like on camera, but they're sitting low. But I think that's gonna save us for plowing today. Tell you what, I am really going to miss this building right here. This is the equipment shed from Jamaica Cottage Shops, and man, it is coming so handy. They did email me. It's been a little while now, so I don't know if it's still available, but They had one of these sheds ready to go, and it was half off at the time. They call it a shed. I don't think it's a shed, but if anybody's looking for, this one is 20 by 36, 20 deep, 36 wide. If anybody's looking for a building like that, I don't know if their other one was 24 deep or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it was a 3-bay like this one, and it was half off. I wish we were ready to build something like that, because this thing works out so nice for keeping our equipment in hay storage. Someday we'll get another building like this. If anybody's interested, I'll have a link in the video description down below to Jamaica Cottage Shops, and I'll see if I can find a link or anything. There we go. For this building, because I'm gonna miss it. We'll meet you guys up at the off-grid property.
Hurry! Hurry! We got deer! Yeah.
Working on getting the pantry lights installed. We have 4 lights we're gonna put in this area. That should be more than enough light to keep it nice and bright. We wanna make sure it's lit up good enough so when we're in here getting all of our snacks and bulk items that everything's easy to find. Things are getting serious now.
I'm trying to get in trouble.
Who's winning?
Oh, we always win.
That's not true.
So that's the only thing about these is they're all wired up. After this, you just gotta plug your light in. So it's not like we gotta wire anything after, at least that part's done.
I give up.
It's your win?
Yep. 2-1. She cheats. No, I didn't.
She says you cheat.
You do cheat.
Herpes. Right in the needle.
Alright, now I gotta reposition the needle that way. It's snowing again, so I guess I'll have to wait to drill the holes on these wires outside. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see how this plows with how rutted up and muddy the road was before it snowed. We got the feet raised up, so hopefully it's not too bad. We got a good amount of snow already, so let's see how it goes. that went a lot better than I thought it was going to. I'm glad we had the feet on, because you can see we got some high spots. That's because the feet are sticking up high, but even with the feet on, we were still spreading some gravel. So I'm not worried about getting it perfectly plowed. I just wanted to get the most of it off, because if we get it too good, we're just gonna be using the truck as a bulldozer, and we don't need that today. I want to get those solar panels cleaned off so we can stop making some power, because I know right now we're not. Before we clean up the solar panels, I want to see how much power we're making right now. The sun is out a little bit, but not full force. And right now, with the panels being covered in snow, we're making 1.5 kilowatts of power, and we can make 17.8. So we're down quite a bit. So let's go clean those off and see how much we make after. Since the snowstorm started off as rain, the panels also have a sheet of ice on them, so we'll have to melt. Boy, is it windy! So we'll have to melt that off. It's so windy, I can't even talk. But that ice is gonna melt off, so they're 100% efficient. But we gotta wait a few minutes, and then we can see how much solar they're making right now. We should have picked up some solar gain. I'll let you know in a few minutes. Have to keep an eye on it a little bit better. Our app has a 15-minute lag, but as of right now, it's saying we're making 4 kilowatts of power versus the 1.5. So that's doing good. And the more sun that gets on those panels, the quicker the ice will melt and the more power we'll be making sooner. So it's good to see that. I'm glad we didn't get all the snow out of that snowstorm that they were calling for. But it was pretty windy. I'm glad we got everything cleaned up. I'm glad we got the stone down. Now it's just going to be interesting to see how the road holds up. You never know. Every spring is different. It depends on how much frost you get, and there's a lot of variables. So I'm glad we got the stone in. We should be able to get both vehicles in and out. We'll see how it goes. We should be just about done with all the wiring. I'm sure there might be one or two things here and there in the kitchen that we might want to add, but the kitchen should be done. We'll have to do the power room, we'll have to do the bathroom, and then the greenhouse side. We're not going to do the ceiling in the kitchen right away, so we'll have plenty of time to run our wires to the greenhouse room up above. You guys will see later on why we're not doing that. We're going to do it a little bit differently. So thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. We really appreciate you taking the time, watching the videos, leaving comments, hitting the like button. It means a lot to us. So if you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, share, and we'll see you guys right back here in the next video. Bye.